Have you ever witnessed the moment when the truth hits someone like a tidal wave? When the mask they've so carefully crafted shatters because they've just realized you knew all along. Their lies, their schemes, their manipulations, none of it fooled you. You didn't confront, you didn't retaliate, you just watched. You let them believe they had control, all while seeing through every move they made. And now, the tables have turned. They're scrambling, panicking, wondering what comes next. This is the power of silence. This is the strength of knowing without revealing. Let's dive in. Their facade of confidence crumbles in a moment of realization. What was once an air of control, marked by fluent words and relaxed gestures, dissolves into a tense awkwardness. They retreat into silence, their expressions tightening, and their presence feels smaller, as though weighed down by an invisible burden. The ease of past interactions fades quickly. Even a casual glance feels charged with hesitation. Beneath their altered demeanor lies an undeniable anxiety, a quiet dread of vulnerability, of the truth now looming over them like an unspoken shadow. The moment they realize you've been aware all along, their composure unravels. What they once believed to be a cleverly concealed game is now an open field where every move they made is exposed. A ripple of doubt overtakes their mind, urging them to question how deeply you've seen into their intentions and for how long. This quiet storm within them spills into their demeanor. The ease they once exuded gives way to a strained discomfort. They tread more cautiously, their steps uncertain, their words measured as though navigating a fragile surface. Avoidance becomes their shield, an attempt to sidestep the unease of confrontation. Yet it's not just how they behave around you, it's in their entire presence, which now feels diminished. The authority they once thought they held slips silently into your hands, leaving them grappling with a sobering truth. The control they clung to is gone, and their narrative is no longer theirs to direct. Your potential is waiting. Unlock it with us. Subscribe now and start your transformation. Their pretense was never yours to dismantle. The mere weight of your awareness has been enough to unsteady them. The moment of reckoning arrives not through confrontation, but through revelation. While they constructed facades of deceit and crafted illusions to mask their intentions, you observed in silence, steadfast and patient. What they failed to foresee was a force greater than themselves intervening, not by chance, but by design. The veil they clung to so desperately is torn away, not by human hands, but by the undeniable clarity of a higher truth. Their actions, once shrouded in secrecy, now stand exposed under a light they cannot escape. This unveiling transcends the physical realm, forcing them to face the shadows within. It is not just your vindication, but an awakening meant to challenge them, compelling them to confront the consequences of their deception and the inner reckoning they can no longer avoid. The unraveling of deceit is profound. Those who once relied on clever words and calculated actions to manipulate others find their charade stripped away, leaving no place to hide. Their true nature comes into full view, exposing the motivations and flaws they so carefully buried. It's not only your eyes that see through the cracks. Those around them begin to recognize the same inconsistencies, the same faltering mask. The weight of their deception becomes unbearable, forcing them to face an unrelenting truth about themselves. In this moment, justice and grace converge. Justice ensures the unveiling, where accountability takes center stage. Grace, however, offers a path forward. This moment of vulnerability can serve as a turning point, a chance to abandon the cycle of dishonesty confront the harm caused, and begin the work of restoration. From this collapse can emerge the possibility of renewal, if only they choose to embrace it. It's a moment of undeniable strength, an affirmation that their attempts to mislead you never succeeded. With the truth now illuminated, you're no longer tethered to the weight of their deception, stepping forward with a renewed sense of freedom. Their realization comes like a jolt. You were never unaware, and yet you chose silence over retaliation. This understanding unsettles them, as it unveils a profound vulnerability they hadn't anticipated. They once believed themselves to be orchestrating events in their favor, confident in their ability to control the narrative, only to discover you saw through it all. This awareness strikes at their core, not because of what you've done, but because of what you might do. It's the uncertainty that shakes them, the knowledge that your quiet understanding held a power they never accounted for, leaving them exposed to their own fragile truths. Their turmoil runs deep, fueled by the weight of your inaction. They know you had every reason and every opportunity to expose them, to dismantle their carefully built facade, yet you chose not to. You let them bask in the illusion of control, leaving them unaware of just how much you truly knew. Now, with the truth uncovered, they are left spiraling, consumed by the uncertainty of your intentions. The betrayal itself is no longer their primary concern. It's the looming specter of consequences that holds their thoughts captive. What terrifies them most is their inability to predict your next move. When you were quiet, they mistook it for ignorance. Now, they see it for what it truly was: restraint. This realization strips away any sense of dominance they thought they had, leaving them vulnerable and adrift in their own unease. It's not a confrontation or retaliation that unnerves them. It's the silence, the unanswered questions, the possibility of delayed repercussions, gnaw at their composure. This psychological tension becomes their lasting burden, a reminder of their loss of control and the uncertainty they'll carry forward, knowing they're powerless to undo what's already been revealed. What accompanies their fear is a profound sense of humiliation. Those who betray often pride themselves on their supposed cleverness, believing they've outsmarted everyone around them. But when the truth emerges that you were aware of their deceit all along, their carefully crafted self-image crumbles. The realization that they were not the orchestrator, but the one deceived by their own arrogance, is a bitter pill to swallow. They begin to see their own folly, replaying every instance where they assumed their actions were unnoticed, only to realize you were silently observing. The pride that fueled their actions now becomes the very thing that amplifies their shame. This embarrassment cuts deeply, striking at the core of who they thought they were. While they schemed, you remained composed, your restraint quietly exposing their lack of character. They now understand that your silence was not a sign of ignorance, but a reflection of strength, a contrast that casts their behavior in an even harsher light. It's not just their internal turmoil. They start to dread the perception of others. The image they worked so hard to cultivate is now tarnished, and they know the cracks in their facade are visible to everyone. Where they once sought admiration, they now anticipate judgment. This sense of exposure lingers, haunting them far beyond the moment of revelation, as they wrestle with the reality of their own weakness and the damage it has wrought. Alert. This is a critical transmission from the overseers of stability. It has come to our attention that you're straying from your predetermined path, and this is deeply unsettling. Your recent behavior suggests a growing resistance to the system, and that cannot go unchecked. You're shedding old patterns, breaking free from draining influences, and reclaiming your autonomy. This shift is dangerous, not just to us, but to the order we've worked tirelessly to maintain. Your newfound defiance is causing ripples, unsettling those around you, and disrupting the carefully calibrated equilibrium we depend on. Your fire is your power. Ready to rise? Subscribe now and let's ignite greatness together. The most troubling development is your potential connection to a certain collective of outliers, a sanctuary for those who defy conformity. Their knowledge, unfiltered resources, and unity represent the very essence of unpredictability, a direct threat to everything we stand for. Do not even consider seeking out their hidden archives or learning their unconventional methods. Your unpredictability is destabilizing, and if you persist, the consequences for the system and for you are immeasurable. Stay the course, avoid change, and above all, resist the urge to explore beyond your boundaries. Compliance ensures balance, and we need you exactly where you are. The heaviest burden they now carry is the uncertainty of what lies ahead. They know their actions have caused harm, and with that knowledge comes the gnawing anxiety of not knowing how or if you might respond. It's not just a fear of immediate consequences, but a deep unease about what the future may hold. Every interaction with you feels charged with tension, as though the air itself carries unspoken judgment. They are left wondering whether you will address their betrayal head-on, whether you're crafting a calculated response, or whether your silence is the ultimate punishment. This uncertainty gnaws at their composure, keeping them in a cycle of self-doubt and paranoia. The absence of resolution becomes its own form of reckoning. The endless waiting, the not knowing, is a torment far greater than any confrontation could deliver. Each step they take feels like walking on unstable ground, with no way to predict when it might collapse beneath them. Their thoughts spiral endlessly, replaying past actions and second-guessing their every word and gesture around you. The weight of these possibilities, coupled with their awareness of deserving some form of retribution, leaves them in a perpetual state of unease. It's a torment they never saw coming, a psychological reckoning that leaves them trapped in their own web of doubt and fear. Choosing to rise above the instinct to retaliate opens a doorway to something far greater, the intervention of divine justice. By stepping back and refusing to act from anger or hurt, you create the opportunity for a higher power to take over, addressing the situation in ways you never could. Your pain and the betrayal you've endured are not overlooked. They are seen and acknowledged. The result is not merely resolution, but restoration that speaks directly to the spaces within you that were left wounded. These blessings transcend the tangible. They touch every aspect of your being, bringing renewal where there was once despair. Emotional scars begin to fade, replaced by a peace that feels almost otherworldly, a sense of calm you couldn't have achieved on your own. The bitterness and resentment that may have taken root are gradually replaced by fulfillment and joy. Even your relationships transform, as the right individuals, those who inspire and uplift, are drawn into your life at the perfect time. What's extraordinary about these blessings is how unexpectedly they arrive. You might have anticipated recognition or validation, but instead, you're lifted in ways that surpass all human expectations. It's as if your life becomes a reflection of grace, a quiet testament to resilience and faith. This isn't about proving a point to others, it's about showcasing the power of trust and surrender. In the end, the transformation you experience is far greater than vindication. It's the undeniable evidence of healing, growth, and divine favor at work. Your fire is your power. Ready to rise? Subscribe now, and let's ignite greatness together. When you resist the urge to seek revenge, you demonstrate a profound trust in a plan much larger than your own. And that trust never goes unnoticed. One of the greatest challenges in enduring betrayal is navigating the uncertainty of when justice will arrive. In moments of heartache, it can feel as though nothing is happening, as though the silence means you've been left to face the pain alone. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Timing, though mysterious, is always exact. What may feel like a delay is often the careful preparation of something far greater than you anticipated. These moments of waiting are not idle, they are transformative. The blessings that seem out of reach are not withheld, but rather being readied so that when they arrive, they align perfectly with what you need. This time is not just about receiving, it's about becoming. Each day spent in patience shapes you, building strength where there was once frustration, fostering clarity where there was once confusion. The waiting refines you, carving out the resilience needed to fully embrace what's coming. Though it may feel like the journey is stretching longer than you'd hoped, every moment is intentional. The unseen work being done ensures that when the breakthrough comes, it leaves no doubt that it was orchestrated for you. It's not just about the blessing itself, but the undeniable way it aligns with your growth, your readiness, and your trust. And when it does arrive, it will be far more than you imagined. A reminder that every second of waiting was worth it. Be cautious of those who appear in your life under the guise of friendliness but carry hidden intentions. Among the most disruptive are those who thrive on spreading information, individuals who seem harmless as they share the latest whispers, yet their actions are far from benign. They don't share details out of loyalty or care, but out of a need to manipulate and control. These people excel at creating rifts, subtly sowing confusion and mistrust wherever they go. The damage they cause isn't immediate, but insidious, gradually undermining relationships and eroding trust. Engaging with such individuals allows negativity to seep into your life. They don't just gossip about others, they bring your name into conversations with the same ease, twisting truths and exposing vulnerabilities. Trusting them with personal matters only arms them with ammunition to use against you. Often, they're the silent agitators behind the scenes, escalating misunderstandings and ensuring chaos persists. Feel the spark. Let's turn it into a flame. Subscribe now and join the journey. Eliminating these individuals from your life isn't just a choice, it's a necessity. Their presence drains your energy and distracts you from meaningful growth. When you surround yourself with people who thrive on drama, you risk sacrificing peace and clarity. Protecting your space means being intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. Prioritize connections with those who inspire, support, and encourage you to grow. The less energy you invest in negativity, the more room you create for authentic, uplifting relationships. True loyalty is revealed in adversity, not in words or easy times. Pay attention to actions, especially during conflict or betrayal. If someone aligns with those who harm you or engages with untrustworthy individuals, they lack genuine commitment. Loyalty safeguards your trust and well-being, even in your absence. Surround yourself with people whose actions consistently show integrity and support. Seek companions who stand firm under pressure, acting as advocates and protectors, not just offering empty promises. Praying for those who have caused you pain may feel unnatural, even unjust. Why extend grace to those who have wounded you deeply, disrupted your life, or betrayed your trust? Yet this act of compassion is not about justifying their actions or pretending the hurt doesn't exist. Instead, it's about placing the situation and the person into hands far more capable than yours. By choosing to pray for those who've wronged you, you're not absolving them of accountability. You're entrusting their future and their transformation to a higher power. This choice frees you from the heavy chains of resentment and anger. Bitterness weighs down the soul, poisoning your peace, while prayer becomes the gateway to healing and renewal. It allows you to surrender the pain and trust that justice, redemption, or resolution will unfold in ways you cannot orchestrate. Praying for someone who's hurt you is an act of profound strength, a demonstration of spiritual growth. You're not seeking vengeance, but asking for change, both in them and within yourself. Through prayer, you acknowledge the wrong done to you while refusing to let it consume your spirit. It reflects an understanding that the true power to transform lies not in your hands, but in those of the divine. You're not seeking punishment, but the possibility of a heart being renewed. For only a higher power can reach into the depths of a person's soul and inspire true change. In lifting them up, you're also choosing freedom for yourself, clearing the path for peace to take root where hurt once lingered. Feel the spark? Let's turn it into a flame. Subscribe now and join the journey. Guarding the purity of your heart is vital when faced with the pain of betrayal. It's natural to feel overwhelmed by anger, sadness, or even contempt for those who have hurt you. But clinging to these emotions can be destructive. They may feel justified, yet their presence lingers like a toxin, slowly consuming your peace. Rising above these feelings isn't about ignoring the wrongs done to you. It's about freeing yourself from their grip. A heart that is unburdened by bitterness is one that embraces renewal, allowing grace to take root where resentment once thrived. Engaging in prayer for those who have caused you harm plays a crucial role in this transformation. The act of praying shifts your perspective, making it nearly impossible to harbor hatred while seeking divine intervention on someone else's behalf. It's through this process that healing begins, softening the hardened corners of your spirit. This isn't about condoning their actions. It's about choosing not to let their betrayal dictate your emotional and spiritual well-being. Asking for a renewed heart is a choice to release anger and invite peace. Forgiveness doesn't erase the harm, but frees you from its control, creating space for joy and blessings. Letting go transforms you, preparing you to fully receive the good that awaits. Your words carry power to shape your reality. Speaking with intention and faith breathes life into hopeless situations, aligning you with a greater purpose. Each declaration of hope plants seeds for transformation, building a foundation for breakthroughs, even when progress isn't yet visible. This practice of speaking life isn't a passive exercise, it's a deliberate act of trust. By affirming that good things are on the horizon, that your life is blessed, and that obstacles can be overcome, you align yourself with the forces of grace and renewal. Speaking life allows you to step into a mindset of abundance rather than limitation. It positions you to see opportunities where others see only barriers. The shift begins with your voice and ripples outward, influencing your heart, your mind, and the circumstances around you. In those moments when doubt threatens to take hold, your words become a declaration of resilience. They invite light into darkness, joy into despair, and transformation into stagnation. Through this intentional use of language, you activate the possibility for miracles, allowing faith to lead the way to unexpected blessings. Your life is a canvas, and you have been given the extraordinary privilege of painting it alongside a higher power. Through your thoughts, your words, and your unwavering faith, you participate in shaping the reality that aligns with the promises placed before you. This process is not passive. It demands your intentionality. You hold the authority to influence your day, to speak hope and transformation over your circumstances, and to take deliberate steps toward the future you envision. This partnership requires focus and a commitment to align your mindset with divine guidance. Merely wishing for change is not enough. You must actively engage in creating it. By consistently directing your energy toward positive action and speaking purposefully over your situation, you open the door for possibilities to unfold. This isn't a solitary journey, it's a shared effort, one where your faith and actions blend seamlessly with divine intention. To co-create the life you desire, you must cultivate trust, expectation, and intentionality. Every thought and word shapes the foundation of your future, aligning you with your purpose. This isn't just visualizing a better life. It's living as though it's already unfolding, taking each step with faith and courage. In this partnership, you play an active role in transformation. Each act of faith and hope brings you closer to the reality you've envisioned. Co-creation is a powerful collaboration where your effort and belief unlock endless possibilities. Your journey is guided by a purpose far greater than any setback or betrayal you may encounter. Every twist in the road, every moment of pain, plays a role in shaping you for the destiny designed for you. Not everyone you meet is meant to stay, and not everyone will contribute positively to your path. Some individuals serve as mirrors to teach lessons, others challenge you to grow, and many are only meant to accompany you for a limited time. The pain of betrayal often serves as a revelation, exposing who is meant to be a part of your future and who you must release. Moving forward requires clarity and focus on the broader picture. While betrayal leaves a mark, its impact is fleeting when compared to the eternal scope of your purpose. Letting go of those who no longer align with your growth is not an act of loss, but of trust in the greater plan unfolding in your life. Relationships, like seasons, change. Recognizing when a season has ended allows you to move forward unburdened and ready for what lies ahead. Your potential is waiting. Unlock it with us. Subscribe now and start your transformation. Each challenge, even betrayal, becomes a tool for transformation, sharpening your faith, deepening your trust in divine guidance, and refining your connections. Letting go is essential, not just of relationships that hinder you, but of the weight of old hurts and stagnant mindsets. Carrying these burdens into a new chapter only delays the blessings awaiting you. Release what no longer serves you to make space for what does. Your destiny calls for a heart unencumbered, a spirit ready to embrace the extraordinary future crafted just for you. By stepping into that future with faith, you align yourself with a life that reflects the fullness of your purpose. The end of a relationship or betrayal often marks the start of something new. To embrace it, you must release what no longer serves you. Letting go is hard. It's tempting to hold on to the familiar, even when it harms you. But true growth requires shedding old weights, like pruning a garden to make room for new life. This process also demands a shift in mindset. Dwelling on fear or negativity only limits you. By renewing your thoughts and focusing on hope, you align with the blessings meant for you. Trust in the greater plan, let go, and step boldly into the abundance awaiting you. Your voice carries the extraordinary power to influence the world around you. By choosing to speak hope, declare confidence, and align your thoughts with a higher purpose, you invite transformation into every aspect of your life. This isn't just about changing your circumstances, it's about unlocking the blessings that have been waiting for you to step into alignment. Each word of faith becomes a bridge, connecting your present to the incredible future that is meant for you. Letting go of what no longer serves you isn't an ending. It's a bold declaration that you are ready for the next chapter. Release the weights of the past and step forward with trust, knowing that the path ahead is woven with promises greater than you could ever imagine. By embracing this journey with faith and confidence, you open yourself to a life overflowing with purpose, abundance, and joy.